discuss our exercise. Oh, before I forgot, need to open this one first. Notes. So you have 3 exercises, right? The first one is RobotArm. Okay. So in this case, this exercise need you to save the robot coordinate and coordinate location in a file. Okay. Nampak kelas? Okay. Are you ready, class?
Yes. Ready, doctor.
Okay. So now this is the coding from our previous coding in function for robot coordinate. Okay. Okay. Based on this function, based on this coding, we want to okay, here is how we get the coordinate, right? We call determine coordinate, which is from here. Okay, determine coordinate, and we get the x and y value, x and y coordinate for that robot. Okay, we pass this x and y, so means that the first one is x, the second one is y. Okay, and then when we pass here coordinate xy, variable coordinate xy, we receive the value of x and y. Okay, so now first we want to write this value in our file. Okay, okay, so the first step is you need to open and create a file. Okay, so for example, I put, okay, first how to do it is we need to have one variable name for file processing. Let's say I put the variable name as fp followed by function open. This one is to open and create the file. So now I'm going to create my file. File name is, let's say I put coordinate robot. Okay, coordinate robot dot csv. Okay, and then followed by comma, and then followed by the file mode. So here I'm going to use W only, means that I'm going to write only. Okay, and don't forget to put f close here. Okay, I already put here fp dot close. Okay, okay, now here we're going to write this coordinate into our file. So how to write? First, you need to put the variable for file processing. Our variable for file processing is fp. So we put here fp dot write because we're going to write. Okay, we're going to write it. So here I'm going to write, let's say, x y. I'm going to write xy here. Xy, and followed by plus with okay, so now I'm going to write xy here. Okay, x and y. Okay, so we know that when we return x and y here, the first one is for x, the second one is for y. Means that this one is 0, x represent 0, y represent 1. Okay, row 0, row 1. Row 0 for x, row 1 for y. Okay, so what we need to do is, this is the variable that receive the value of x and y. So we just put coordinate xy. So let's say here I said this is for x. Coordinate xy. Row. Okay, for x, what is the row for x? What is the row index for x? 0 or 1 in coordinate xy?
0.
0. Okay. Okay. And then after that, I'm going to write for y. Or I can say like this. I just put here xy. And then okay. We know that in CSV, the data is separated or split by comma. So we must put comma first. Means that now we want to write for y. Okay. Coordinate x, y. Y represent by row 1. Okay. Okay, now we try. Save it. Run. How many robot arms? Let's say I said 1. 73. Okay. Kena tengok kat sini what is the problem. Coordinate x, y, 0. Can only concatenated string, not list to string. Oh, okay. So dia kata kat sini, we cannot concatenate as string. We cannot concatenate string with the list. Okay. Okay. Here, our value for coordinate 0 is in like this, in this one. Okay. 0, 0 is our list. Okay. It is not in string. So in order for us to print together with this string, we need to add string here. Okay. So we need to add string. This one also string. Okay. Similar to this coding. Okay. You can see here we have string here. Okay. We have string. We have string. Okay. Okay. Now try again. I need to delete. Okay. Stop. Okay. So now we try again. How many robot arm? 1 and 73. Kejap. Saya tak enter. Banyak sangat benda ni. Sekejap Okay, we try again. Okay, so now we have robot arm coordinate is x is 0, y is 3. Okay, so we want to write this coordinate in our file. So we go to our file in this folder, the same folder as we save the py file. So we have here coordinate robot.csv. Okay, so now you can see here we already have xy 0, 3. Okay. However, if you notice here, our xy with together with 0. We don't want like this. Okay, we want 0 in this column, 3 in this column. Means that this column for x, this column for y. So we change our coding. Okay, so here what we can do is we can try to put comma here, because comma is how to split the data, right? So we can try first. Is it okay or not? 173. Okay. Go back to that file. Okay. So now we can see here. For the first column, they just tell this is xy. And then for this one is x coordinate. This one is y coordinate. Okay. Okay. Now, we done with to write coordinate x and y. However, what if the robot arm is 2 or 3? There are many robot arms. So, there will be many x and many y. Okay. So, now I want you to try to modify this coding, okay, make sure that you will be able to do like this. You will be able to write the data like this. Okay, robot 1, XY, and the coordinate XY. Robot 2, XY, coordinate XY here. Let's say this coordinate is 2 and 4. Okay, so I want you to do I want you to modify this coding to make sure you able to write that XY coordinate for how many robots that based on user entered like this. Okay, boleh class? Can you do it now?
Boleh.
Okay, so try to do it now. It is almost similar like this, means that you need to use nested loop. Okay, since this one is not in looping, but now because this one is for only one robot arm. Okay, let's say user said there are 5 robot arms. So when you want to write to the file, you need to use looping here. Okay, so I want you to do it now. I give to you until 2 berapa 2:40. Okay, boleh kelas?
Boleh.
Okay, so sekarang salin nyanyi dulu. Okay, please write this code first for FP. Okay. Okay, dah salin? Done class? Boleh saya nak stop presenting. Boleh kelas?
Boleh.
Okay, okay, buat sekarang, okay? Okay, jom. So this is my sample lah. Okay. Mana tadi ah? Oh, ni saya dah campur ni. Dah banyak. Okay, here. Okay. This is when we call the determine coordinate. And we have coordinate XY here. So, now in this part, I create one nested. Okay, nested ni nested rasanya. Okay, nested. Okay. So, first for row, based on robot, how many number of robot arms. So I will write robot 1, robot 2, robot 3, etc. And then followed by XY. Okay. And then here, for the inner loop, I will do like this. FP, coordinate, column and row. Why? Because, nak tulis kat mana eh? Okay, because this one. Okay. So when determine coordinate return the value for x and y, this one is belong to x, this one is belongs to y. Okay. So let's say you have many what we call many robot arms. Let me check first my coding. Okay. Okay, let's say we run it. I have two robot arms. So the first one, the degree, second one, 54, for example. Okay, now what happened is when we when we return this value coordinate and then coordinate xy receive the value. So this one is belongs to x, okay, and this one is belongs to y. Okay, so means that row 0 is for x, row 1 is for y. So when we do this part, str coordinate column row, okay, so means that we will go one by one. X for coordinate, X for robot 1, Y for robot 1. X for robot 2, Y for robot 2. Okay? So that's why we have like this. Okay, let me explain again this part. Okay. Okay, now let's say as I mentioned before, we have this is our coordinate xy. Okay. This is for x and another one is for y. Okay, let's say here we have 0, 1. So means that this is x. Okay. And then for y, we have 1, 2, for example. Okay. So this has y. We know that in coding, this one is row. Okay. This one is row. Inside is column. Okay. So means that row 0 belongs to x. Row 1 belongs to y. Okay. Okay. So when we go to this coding, row 0, when row is 0, we go here, there is nothing, just to print out or to display the robot and xy. And then when column is 0, okay, so when we write this one, coordinate column, okay, our value for column now is 0 and row is 0. So means that we will refer to this coordinate whereby the index for row is 0, which is x, and the index for column is 0, which is this one. Okay, so we will get the value is 0. Okay. Okay, because in coding we know that into D we know that this one is for row, this one is for column. Okay, sekejap saya jawab telefon sekejap. Okay, so after we settle column 0, we move to column 1. Okay, row still 0. When we go here in coordinate, column here is 1. So our value for row now is 1. Row here is still 0. Row is still 0. So into the array, we know that the first index is belongs to row. So our row now is 1, means that we will go to y. Okay. And then the column is 0, means that we will refer to here. Okay. So we get for robot arm 1 is x is 0, y is 1. Okay. After we done with this column, we move to the outer looping. Now row will be 1. Okay. Row will be 1, column will be 0. So again, we will column which is 0. When we refer to coordinate xy, we will refer to column 0, row 1. Okay, means that our row here is 0, which is here x, and our column is 1. So we will refer to this value 1. Okay, and then when we move to the next column, which is column 1, again here will be 1, row maintain 1. So means that this is row. We will refer to row 1. Row 1 in coordinate xy is here. Okay, this one. And row 1 here means that we refer to column 1, because in coding, in 2D coding, the next index belongs to column. So we will refer to column 1, which is here. Okay, so we get coordinate robot for second robot is 1, 2. Okay, understand class? Understand class?
Understand, doctor.
Okay, so when we see in our CSV file, so you can see here, robot 03, robot 244. Okay, done. Now, how to write this one? Okay, now we just write the xy coordinate, but we haven't write the xy coordinate location in which quadrant. Okay, so how to do it? Here in our, okay, before this, our coding is like this. There is no locate here. We just call this function determine coordinate, which is here. Okay, and then we will print anything here, right? We will print, is it robot arm 1, 2, 3, etc. Okay, in this main function, our apa tu, our we open and create our file in this function. Okay, we didn't create any file in this function, so that's why you cannot just automatically write this statement into the file. So what you need to do is you need to return this value to the main function. Okay, you return that value to main function. So that's why here, if you notice, I create one variable. This variable will hold or will store the value for each location. Okay, and then after that, I will return this value. So I return this value to main file. Okay, so that's why here I have another variable that will receive this location value. Okay, so when I have this value, and after that I directly write it into the file. Okay, so means that here the value, any value that we want to write into the file must be in the same function with file processing that we open just now. Okay, so kalau in this case, in this function there is no open and create file, so that's why we need to return the value that we want to write into the file, return it to the caller, which is that caller must be in the same function with file. Okay, understand class?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, doctor.
Okay, so now I want you to do this one. I want you to do this part. Okay, to make sure your output must be like this. Macam ni. So I give to you 1 minute 10 minutes. Okay, do it now. Okay, dah? Settle kelas? Siap-siap lagi?
Belum lagi.